Every GM has had this moment. You're playing an adventure, and then the players do something that you did not plan for. I actually love this about TTRPGs. That nasty goblin that you set against the party is now somehow their mascot. Consequently, they love the goblin more than the current adventure. Or they set fire to the tavern that you spent a week laying out and mapping. Or you've spent 3 hours planning the BBEG battle only for them to bribe their way out of the confrontation. Or they solve your carefully crafted puzzle with a fireball. Those crazy characters. And in that moment, your prep shatters. Something else happens. Maybe even something better. A new story develops, not the one that you had carefully planned, but the ones that your players discovered. This right here is the heart of OSR gameplay. Most of us start GMing in the same way. We plan a story, we set out a plot, a beginning, a middle, and if we're ambitious, a dramatic end. We become half writer and half director. But RPGs are not movies. They're not novels. They're not stories you can control. They're chaotic, unpredictable, and more than that, they are alive. The more rigid your story is, the easier it breaks. Because players don't follow scripts. They follow curiosity. Emergent storytelling is different. It's the story that happens when your players interact with the world, and then the world pushes back. It's a story created by consequences, chance, decision-making, failure, curiosity, good and bad dice rolls. The "hey JT, what did you do" that sort of moments. Think about some of your best tabletop moments. Were they planned? Maybe sometimes, but more often than not, they weren't. They were accidents, mistakes, wild ideas, critical failures, or unexpected critical successes. Moments where everyone, including the game master, said, "We didn't plan for that." Emergent stories feel real because the players create them based upon their actions. A plotted story says you are special characters set on a quest. An emergent story says you're nobodies in this dangerous world. Let's see if you can make something happen. When the players make choices and then the world pushes back, they take ownership of what happens. It's almost as if they say, "We did that," rather than "the world did that to us." Suddenly, that goblin becomes a sidekick NPC. The random bandit encounter becomes a reoccurring villain. The room they accidentally burnt down becomes campaign lore. A dumb decision becomes a defining party moment. It's not about forcing a pre-written story, it's about you and your players writing one together. And believe me, it's always better than what you would have written yourself. OSR playstyles like in BX D&D, 1st edition D&D, 2nd edition, Castles and Crusades, OSE, and Shadowdark are built with emergent story play in mind. It's built that way from the ground up. How? Because the OSR is not based upon plot. It's based on situations. In OSR games, you prep the following: a location with dangers, NPCs with motives, factions with conflicts, secrets with consequences, monsters with specific behaviors, time pressure, rumors and hooks. You don't prep what happens, you prep what could be discovered. Then the players make choices, and then the world reacts. This is the magic. When the players cause the story, they own it. When failures have consequences, every roll matters. When exploration changes the world, everything feels more alive. Emergent storytelling isn't a byproduct of the OSR, it's literally its soul. Plotted stories have a fatal weakness, and that is that the players have to react or act in a certain way. go here, say this, act in this particular alignment, fight these baddies, save this person, trigger this next scene. If they don't, then the GM has to re-steer and manipulate the players to get them back on the pre-planned plot. But when you prep a world rather than a plot, you never have to force anything. The world flows, the story breathes. Your players end up feeling free and you feel free. And everyone feels invested and responsible for what happens. That's the feeling that modern RPGs often miss and what the OSR thrives on. Emergent storytelling isn't about losing control. It's about gaining something better. You're not the author of a novel, you're the keeper of a world. Or as Gary Gygax once said, you are the arbiter of worlds. Give your players a place to explore, not a story to follow. They will create the story along with you. Let their choices matter and let the dice do their job. Let danger shape adventure and let chaos breathe. Let the world surprise you, because the best stories at your table will probably not be the ones that you planned. They'll be the ones that everyone discovered together. What's the best emergent moment that you and your table created? I'd love to know about it in the comments. If you'd like to help me make more content like this, consider becoming a Patreon member. There you're going to find products I create, maps I've drawn, as well as behind the scenes goodness. And for those of the red hand tier or above, I'll send you out an Agranak cult patch. All right, everyone. Thanks for stopping by Agranak Studios today, and we'll see you on the next one. Later.